Okay, you can see a present. Bukedi is a mixture. Rio, Bakedi. Rio. I've already finished. All of you delegates, it's late in the evening, and I must apologize for our late coming. We've been given very little time in this campaign, unlike the other campaigns, and therefore we are forced to combine regions, sometimes having 2 regions or 3 regions under one roof. And at times, like today, moving from one zone to another. So we began from Teso, we spoke to Teso, we delayed in Teso, and please do forgive us for coming late. My name is Patrick Oboy Amuryati. I come from Eastern Uganda. We have come here on a mission to stabilize our party. 23 years ago, I met with a great son of the Elgon region. We had both gone to Acholi to campaign for Dr. Kizabesi, even before being given instructions by him. That great son of Elgon had just come from the World Bank. I had come from an engagement with an international NGO, Care International. We had both given up our jobs to join the struggle. And when we met in Gulu, not only did we have a meeting of bodies, physical meeting, we also had a meeting of minds. And we believed in our minds that we were a perfect combination to drive this country forward. That man, who was a young man, by then both of us were young, turned out to be James Nandala Mafari. Ever since that time, we have moved together. In 2001, Nandala and I joined the Honorable Ekanya in Parliament. Ekanya was a little bit cheeky. He had gone ahead of us, his big brothers. He had contested for the youth slot to represent Eastern Uganda in 1998. I met him when he was running around. You may not remember very well. But he came to Kumi, and we sat at Shell Kumi, and he was campaigning. We had resolved, all of us, to join Reform Agenda. And we brought Reform Agenda to the people of Eastern Uganda. We took Reform Agenda to every valley, to every hill, to every plain, every turn and twist, preaching the gospel of reform. When we got to Parliament, we decided, because of our being in Parliament, to form what is now known as the Parliamentary Advocacy Forum, PAFO. PAFO came together with the Reform Agenda and the National Democratic Front of Chapa Karwanga, and we formed what we now know as FDC. So we are founding members of the FDC, together with some of you present in this country. Indeed, I want to recognize a young lady, she has gone out, Nova Sanotai, who was a little girl at the time Dr. Kizabesi came to my town in Kumi. She was asking for a position here. There was a chairman, LC5, called Haji Omar Okodeni. who terrorized any opposition leader in that district, even beating them up and threatening them with death. The little girl, Noma Susanutai, ran the streets of Kumi, shouting. That act by itself caused the people of Kumi to come from their homes, from their houses, locking their shops and coming to listen to Dr. Kizza Besigye. So our journey, in other words, with our founding president, Dr. Kizza Besigye, has been a long journey of 23 years of working together. And therefore, I feel extremely sad today when we seem to be speaking with different voices, when we seem to be pulling in different directions instead of pulling in the same direction. But I want to assure you, the audience that is gathered here, Nandala Mafabi and myself are going to spare no effort at all to bring back sanity and unity within our country. That I want to promise you. I know we made a false start when Nathan went to visit Dr. Kizza Besigye and later got me involved in this, in trying to resolve the impasse within the party. And for him, he had gone to his elder brother to say to him, look here, if we have offended you, if we've made mistakes along the way, please forgive us. Unfortunately, I think, I don't know what came in the mind of our founding president. Instead of accepting the olive branch that was extended to him, he decided to come public, saying Nandala and I went to kneel before him asking for forgiveness. I think that is not right. And I want to express my displeasure, my greatest displeasure on such manners that will never bring peace to the party, that will never cause resolution of the conflict that is now bedeviling us as a political organization. In 2017, I became your president. And I thank you very much for honoring me with that high office. By your vote, I joined strong men and women in the management of the FDC. Certainly, my right hand became the Right Honorable James Nandala Mafabi Nathan. That unity, unknown to me, caused discomfort in some people. Some people thought I should go to the leadership of Najana Nkumbi to fight Nandala Mafabi. I say to them, I find no fault in this man. In this man, I find a worthy partner. In this man, I find a generous person. In this man, I find a person who thinks about his party. A human being who thinks well about human beings. A hard worker who delivers results. So why should I fight such a person? When I responded that way, they began pointing fingers at me. They said we thought we had supported a person who would progress our agenda within the party. Because, frankly, some people continue to see Nandala Mafabi as a threat to their political survival. So I say to them, I am not going to fight subsidiary wars. I am not going to accept to go against people who are positive in the progress of the party. And so together with the Honorable Kanya, who is here, whom I want to thank so dearly, we formed a strong team. A team that has lifted the FDC from where it was to a high level where people can now talk about it, to a level where people now can begin to fight over leadership, fighting for leadership. The FDC is like today is like a mango tree that has got ripe fruits. That kind of tree attracts stones, doesn't it?
Yes.
Would you find anybody throwing stones on a tree that does not have fruits?
No.
Would you find? That is why you see there are no stones being thrown at Jema. It is why you see today there are no stones being thrown at UPC. Today there are no stones thrown at the Democratic Party. In fact, I think even the stones on NUP are reducing now.
And they are good.
And definitely the wave has subsided, and therefore the party that is going to stand out, that is going to be threatened by NRM and other forces whose progress will be inhibited, is the party that you stand for. It is the FDC. Therefore, my comrades, we have a responsibility to keep this party. We have a responsibility to keep it strong. We have a responsibility to mobilize for this party. We are the people who are going to deliver Uganda. So long as we work together and we are committed to our cause, we shall deliver the people of Uganda from slavery, from bondage that they are suffering. I am confident about that. What is going on around us, as my brother Ekanya has talked, is just a matter of a fight for power. There are people in this power fight who want to take FDC somewhere where we do not want it to be taken. There are people in this fight who are looking at just one region as a region that can improve their political fortunes. There are people in this fight who think that if it is not them, then it should not be somebody else. And this is why they have accused us of taking over leadership. We have said to them, in the East is where you find wise people. The wise people come from the East. And this is why there is an element of envy. This is why some people are frightened. It is the reason why some people fear to come into this election. Throughout our lives as leaders in the FDC, we have mobilized for this party. We have gone everywhere. We have suffered the hot sun with you. We have gone through the mud with you. It has rained on us. Mosquitoes have stung us. Sesame price have stung us. Even thorns have stung us along the way. We have gone on empty stomachs everywhere promoting this party. And I want to thank you, fellow comrades, who have been in this struggle together with us. Now, some people who have been sleeping, enjoying life, thinking that the beginning and end of politics is Kampala, now have woken up to the fact that they need you, the people of Elgon. They need you, the people of Elgon. And it's far too late, because we have got used to your faces. You too have got used to our faces. And so going forward, we have said to them, leadership is acquired constitutionally in the FDC. When you want to become a leader in the FDC, you come through the front door. You do not pass through the ventilator. What is happening in Khakokha today is an attempt to pass through the ventilator to get into the leadership of the FDC. That is not how members get into the leadership. And so, I would like to thank you for rejecting any insinuations coming from Katonga about elections. Indeed, they told you don't go for elections. Wait until there was a command. They told you not to go, you went. They told you not to elect, you elected. Today you have leaders, and I thank you for being resilient and accepting. Listen to one command center, and that is the leadership of the FDC. I am not going to speak much. I know our friends from Saba have to go back to the mountains. I do know that the rest of you, some who are going deep in Butaleja, have got to go back. My friends from Butembo have to go back. You got to have an assignment as you go. Your assignment is to deliver liberation to this country. And the choice that you make on the 6th will determine whether we move forward or we go backwards. I am a bit unlucky because my brother Nana Lamafadi went through and opposed. He has left me alone to struggle. Sometimes I think that God is against me. But in our struggle, I am not alone. I believe you are part of my struggle. I believe you will speak on the 6th. I believe the Elgon, Bukedi, Sebei, and Bugisu will deliver a block vote for the FDC. I want to count on you as my partners in this struggle. I want to count on you, ladies and gentlemen, as people on the 6th who will lift me high in the air. I want to believe that you will make it to the delegates conference.
We will. We shall come.
Even those who may be a little bit sick, not too ill to move, please come.
We shall come.
Whether you are a delegate or you are not a delegate, the 6th is our day when we will send a message to the whole country, when we send a message to the whole world that we exist as the FDC, and that Eastern Uganda is strongly behind the people that come from the east. Thank you very much. God bless you all. FDC oye! FDC oye! Bukedi oye! Sebei oye! Bugisu oye!